Alright, thank you so much for attending the webinar of social media OSINT hacking. My name is Mustafa Ahmed. I'm gonna be your instructor within this lecture. If you guys have any questions so far, you can just message me directly on the chat in here, and I will answer all these questions at the end of this session. And also, this session is gonna be recorded. If you just miss anything, you can just rewatch it again, and if you have any questions so far, later on you can ask me. Okay, alright. So let me just here hide this. Okay, so actually this is the lecture objectives. Okay, so what you're gonna learn, the outcomes of this lecture. Completely understand this social media OSINT, the segment. Okay, and then we gonna move into like explaining to you the importance of the social media OSINT, because it is very important for hackers and also cyber investigators as well to reveal information about their targets online or just on social media. And you're gonna understand exactly the reason why real-world and advanced or expert hackers use social media as an OSINT platform. So within this lecture, I'm gonna show you some tricks and things like OSINT, things the hackers use actually online to reveal information about their targets, and how it could be really critical if someone not very aware about this segment or social media OSINT, and how to completely secure their privacy as well. And yes, we're gonna learn how hackers reveal information about their targets, and also gonna know the most popular social media platforms used by hackers and why. And then the reason why hackers tend to start revealing and gathering information about their targets. So the reasons why they use social media to perform their further attacking stages. And last thing, you're gonna learn through this session that learning how to completely secure your privacy and accounts on social media. Not only your accounts, also your family accounts as well. So here, the hierarchy of the session, I'm gonna go through talking about the company and about me, briefly of course. We're not gonna take about more than 30 seconds maximum, or 1 minute if just we needed to talk about something. And second thing, social media OSINT. I'm gonna tell you briefly about what is social media and why it is important and so on, and why social media specifically this session about, and why it is very important for hackers to reveal information about their targets. And then number 4 is that the most social media platforms that are used by hackers, by the way, till this time. Okay, I'm gonna tell you those platforms, but their actual updates gonna be in the next year as well. So let me just go through and I will talk about this specific point as well, and I'm gonna show you some examples of social media tricks that hackers use. Not very advanced, by the way, just to because I know some people may be attending that not are that technical, but I'm gonna show you some specific things that you just need to learn. Show you how hackers actually play around with Facebook, for example, or just Instagram, how they can just reveal information about you or about your family and so on. And then last thing, we're gonna just go through some tips and points how to completely secure your privacy and making it hardened. Alright, so the lecture main goal here, what our target of this lecture, that you learn the importance of social media OSINT, how to keep yourself security hardened, as well as if you're a technical person and just want to be like a red teamer or an ethical hacker. This is going to be important for you as well. So to help you and to understand that social media is one of the things that are important, that are used by expert hackers, real-world expert hackers. Alright, so briefly gonna talk about who I am and what is the company. So XEye Academy is the sub-company of XEye Cybersecurity. As you see here, the logo on the top left is a cybersecurity company called XEye Cybersecurity, and it's a sub-company called XEye Academy. XEye Academy is one of the leading cybersecurity advanced training platforms. We have more than 20,000 students worldwide, not only just US. We have also as well more than 70 highly experienced certified trainers. So they are very certified to teach you how to become an expert in any specific field of the cybersecurity or information security. And what about XEye Cybersecurity is we are an MSSP, and it means like it stands for Managed Security Service Provider. We are global. We have clients in US, of course. We have clients in Dubai, Botswana. We have clients also in Sweden, Britain, Slovakia, Egypt. And then my name is Mustafa Ahmed. I am a cybersecurity and ethical hacking expert. I have more than, you can say, 10 years of experience, dedicated experience. I'm the founder of XEye Cybersecurity and one of the owners of the company. Okay. Alright, guys. Okay, so let's talk about social media OSINT. So, what is OSINT? Just to understand the social media OSINT, which is a short name for that called SOCMINT, okay, which is social media OSINT, alright? And OSINT actually stands for Open Source Intelligence. And open source intelligence is one of the stages or one of the simple part of the cyber investigation. The cyber investigation is a generalized word. You can say digital forensics, deep web monitoring, and a lot of things can be done just by using that word, cyber investigation. So one of the parts or subcategory of that is called OSINT, open source intelligence. There are actually people out there who are very experienced in this specific part, that they use such tricks and technical stuff online, whether it's on Google, whether it is on social media or any other kind of a platform, in the goal of revealing information about their targets. Because, for example, social media like Facebook having a feature of locking your account, but that's not means that you are completely secure against such tricks, okay? Because there are such tricks actually could reveal information. A lot of things could be revealed just by using this kind of tricks. It's open source because anything is like free of charge and reachable. Social media or any kind of a tool online or search engines that hackers could have the advantage of by using technical things like using technical tricks or hacking tricks on it to reveal information, called OSINT. Also, automated scripts out there could be used to target those specific free platforms. And social media like SOCMINT, it's very important for hackers to use because, all of us have actually a lot of information already uploaded on the internet, specifically through social media. So social media is one of the platforms that are actually always hackers start with when they just trying to revealing information about their targets without the need of going to further hacking stages. Of course, they go through the further hacking stages, but could be enough if you just reveal specific information that they're looking for. So social media is very important, and that is why social media combined with OSINT called SOCMINT or social media OSINT. And the importance for that, it helps the hacker a lot to reveal information about their targets, especially could be sensitive information as well. Alright? Okay. So why social media? I will talk about this in much deeper detail. I already talked about, you might understand why social media is important for hackers, but let's actually for the next slides talk about it in much more detail. So before I dig deeper, let's talk about the hacking stages briefly. So for people that don't know that, I will just explain it briefly here. So first stage, actually preparation. So hackers get prepared. Get prepared like just making their environment error-free. So for example, they just trying to connect to target server, for example. They want to connect in that without having any kind of a problem or something. Make sure that their platform, whether it is operating system, something is error-free, working smoothly. Also make sure that they are completely anonymized, because there's guys out there called digital forensic experts could track them. So that's why the expert hackers are very well known about that, and they could be like having a huge knowledge about digital forensics as well. So that's why they make sure that they are completely secure and are not traced. It is working smoothly without any kind of issues, and also their attack is not traceable. All right, this is called the preparation stage. All right, and then they start with the information gathering. They gather information about their target. Information gathering here means that it is not just gathering; it's also revealing information. Okay, so you're using hacking, tricks and OSINT and cyber investigation and so on, in order to reveal information about that target. Because the more information we have about that target, the more hacking scenarios we will go through. So that's actually That's why the next step is vulnerability gathering. So they gather vulnerabilities about their targets, whether it is through that information only, for example, performing social engineering attack like phishing attack or something. They want to find a specific scenario that target is vulnerable with. Okay, that's an example. Something else that if we just did a reconnaissance or information gathering about a system, we can find the vulnerabilities out there and so on. And then the third step here called exploitation. So each vulnerabilities and each a scenario out there that target is vulnerable with is called a vulnerability as well. Okay, and here vulnerability that they found or gathered about a system or something or an Android device or an application, they just knew the application that target uses on their phone, for example. They start to exploit those vulnerabilities, whether it is with known vulnerabilities and their exploits are available online, or they just need to develop an exploitation, just making a little bit of research about that vulnerability, understand it very well, and then perform exploitation on that vulnerability. And the post-exploitation is the stage that of malicious acts they will go through. So for example, they just do privilege escalation or just threaten or blackmailing that target. A lot of things could be done within the post-exploitation. It's very, very dangerous. And then they clear all the tracks. Of course, they just finish the attacks and then clear everything because they don't want any kind of a digital forensic expert to track their hacking. I hope everything clear for you guys. Okay. And then, why now social media OSINT? Actually, it is an important gate. As I mentioned that the early stages is information gathering. So hackers, before they just perform or launch their critical attacks, that's how it comes social media OSINT within the information gathering. They try to gather information about their targets and do tricks, hacking tricks and so on, using scripts online and a lot of things they might invent in a script and there in order to reveal information about their targets on social media or any other place other than social media platforms. Actually, social media helps to reveal information because a huge amount of data out there in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, huge amount of data. Pictures, a lot of data about us, could be certain keywords on a lot of things. Okay, so they attempt or do revealing information about their targets and gathering all possible information just to get ready for further hacking stages. And by the way, if they just gathered enough information about their targets on social media, they can go for revealing more information about them. For example, they just gather specific information about their targets. For example, on social media, they use it to reveal more information about them somewhere else. Okay, for example, Google, Bing, or dark web, whatever. Okay, so they just use that specific information with tricks, of course, hacking tricks, to reveal more information. And then, as I just mentioned here, they're using OSINT hacking tricks. They're not just normal users, just for example on Facebook, they just go to check the likes, check the comments, something like that. It's not gonna be that way with the hackers. They use scripts to scrape all of that. They use scripts as well to reveal information on a lot of things, just to quicken their process of hacking. Okay. So one of the things actually that hackers target to use about a person is the pictures of that target. They're trying to gather a lot of pictures about the target, as many pictures as possible, because the pictures, their actual face IDs and objects or places that you just take picture with could help the hacker later on to reveal information with something called reverse image OSINT. Another thing in the cyber investigation could help the hacker as well to reveal information. Okay, alright. So what are the social media or the most used social media used by hackers? So the first thing, of course, everyone knows that is Facebook, because Facebook is the most used worldwide, because it has billions of accounts, real accounts, not only just fake accounts, billions of accounts, a lot of data in the Facebook. Helps the hacker more than other social media platforms to reveal more information, because Facebook is still vulnerable, help the hacker to reveal information. Actually, Facebook is one of the very good platforms for hackers, and comes next to Facebook is Instagram. Instagram actually is one of the specific platform that could be used by hackers, help them to reveal huge amount of information as well, and helps a lot with the reverse image, track the person's location and so on, just by using Instagram. And then X, or previously called Twitter before Elon Musk owned it. So Twitter actually is one of the platforms reveal information. I can say as well LinkedIn, but Twitter actually is a little bit more, because I will show you in the examples in the next slides that Twitter actually could get the exact location of yours. Okay, for example, if you just left your Twitter application on your phone accessing your location, very critical misconfiguration, and the hacker could exactly spot your location, real-time location. Okay, all right. So the example of social media OSINT hacking. We're gonna go through the examples now, and here are 2 examples, not only one example. And then the next one, I'm gonna go through the Facebook and how to reveal information about a target. Will be Mark Zuckerberg, by the way, just for legal purposes. But here I'm on the above screenshot in here, I'm revealing information about a specific person called Dear Navin. This is the username on Instagram, okay? And here the session ID and a tool called 2.s. And this is the reveal information. You cannot get this information, many of this information cannot get it just by checking Instagram. Alright, there's these API connections, things like that will reveal this information. So here, full name, you can see that on Instagram normally, but verified here, this is actually an important information that if you're just targeting a celebrity or a famous person, verified meaning that whether or not this account is verified and it's a real account of that person. For example, if I'm just targeting Bill Gates or targeting a singer or whatever, this is actually will tell me true. True means it's verified by Instagram and it's a real account of them. If you're just targeting a specific celebrity and you're an advanced hacker, you can just find out or just whether or not it's a real account, and then you can perform further hacking. Okay, so you see here number of posts. This actually will tell you the exact number of posts. By the way, sometimes Instagram will not tell you the exact number of followers, the exact number of following them, something like that, for specifically for private accounts. For example, followers, you can say just for example some account out there is private and you see 0 followers, but it could be not true. Will be a followers out there or just 0 posts, could be not true as well. This tool actually tell you the exact number of posts. You can then use this information later on if it's a private account to bypass this or just find out what are those posts. Alright, so here number of tag in that actually user has been tagged in post, and this is gonna actually be a very important information. So that could be revealing a lot more information, even though the target himself said their account is private. Alright, and you see here IGTV post. It actually stands for Instagram TV. This is for videos more than 1 minute that were uploaded. Okay, and the most important information here I want to focus on is that information. You see, this is actually obfuscated email, and you see the number of stars here is the exact number of characters with that email. Okay, so this information very useful later on, because there are some awesome things hackers use to find all the emails about that target, and they want to find out the exact email that's linked to this account. So this information is very, very important, and they just use it to find out the exact email address later on just by checking this. The first letter is J, the last thing is 2, and at gmail.com, the same number of stars. This is email that is linked, and then I can perform further attacks against that account. There are actual advanced things that actually link to the API and things like that hackers actually tend to use. Here another account is called City Parties 2021, and the most important thing about this tool that reveals is the obfuscated email, or the email that is linked in that, and that I will confirm later on that I just found the exact email that's linked to this account. Alright, okay, you see here in the screenshot in the below, it's a tool called 1 million tweet map. And this is actually the tool that I just talked to you about on Twitter, the tool that revealed the exact location right now of that target. For example, that target actually tweeted something, and they just allowed their mobile application to access the location, or just permit it. You just give permission to that application. then automatically you'll find out their exact location. But you just need them to tweet something, okay? If there's active users on Twitter, they tweet, for example, every 2 days, every 3 days, and they just set that as message configuration, give Twitter a permission to access the location, you'll find the exact location of the target, the exact location, alright? So that's one of the things that is very critical, and it's not recommended at all to give the Twitter application to access your location through your phone. Alright, okay. We're gonna go through this video here and like a reward OSINT thing against Mark Zuckerberg, because he's a very famous person, and we're not gonna actually perform such an activity against an individual or normal individual, because it's gonna be like not legal, right? So we're gonna go through Mark Zuckerberg now. I'm gonna tell you what's happening here as well. So this is an account called Christopher Jackson. It's a fake account and not detectable by the target or by Facebook at all. Alright? And here Mark Zuckerberg. I'm just trying to target. So this is how hackers actually tend to use, trying to actually figure out what this target is about, find any information with traditional method or just technical method. There is a tool called lookup-id. This reveals the user ID of that target. And this search.info injects some functions that is not found on Google search. I'm sorry, the Facebook search. I'm gonna manipulate the Facebook search engine to reveal information for me. You see here in the below, I found the user ID of Mark Zuckerberg, which is number 4. And here, just try to inject some functions in the search engine. Here, Mark. Here's the star and Zuckerberg. By the way, this is one of the tricks that I want to reveal all the relatives of that target. Okay, so I just here star means anything, and then gonna list for me all the accounts named, for example, first name and then Zuckerberg. Any last name with Zuckerberg will be listed for me. Okay, and then the first name. And here, I'm just putting a keyword, any kind of a keyword in here. Alright, trying to just here inject something or reveal more posts, because sometimes Facebook will not list for you all the posts or pictures about your target. So by injecting something on a search engine by using this tool, for example, you'll be able to find more posts and find more pictures. You see here, I injected Mark Zuckerberg, even if it's not, there's no option in there, will be help you to list Mark Zuckerberg in the post section. Got me? I just here Mark Zuckerberg, put in the search engine again, different results, go to this tool. I can actually as well set a date range with just, it's not, this actually function is not found in the search engine like this. You will find like here, you can just set a date range, a specific date range, accurate, like exact date range. Not just for within few years ago or within few days, something like this. This kind of like usage for this tool, it should be like that the hacker actually revealed already information about the target before. That's why he's just using this tool, using this kind of information as well to reveal more information about the target. Anyway, so here I type Zuck, different posts. Normally you will find a lot of posts and a lot of results about Mark Zuckerberg, because he's a very famous person and huge amount of data out there about him. I can use and if you just know how to program or just familiar with the bitwise, something like this. So like you can use this on the search engine directly. Just search for a specific thing and specific thing. You can use as well or. I already injected Mark Zuckerberg in there. I'm just playing around with the keywords. The keywords here, like Zuck and news or Zuck whatever. Meta is the name of the company. Trying to find more information about Mark Zuckerberg, and you will definitely find more information. Will definitely find more posts that will be revealed if that user or that account has an activity on Facebook. The keywords in here that I'm just using is that gathered about that target before. That's why I'm using them on this tool. Okay. Here is just an attempt. All of that, I'm just attempting to reveal more information. Okay, I just go now to the location. He lives in Palo Alto, California, so I want to figure out whether or not someone actually posted something with Mark Zuckerberg, not necessarily to be with Mark Zuckerberg account, maybe another account. So that's gonna be the next attempt to find out if kind of like information about Mark Zuckerberg in Palo Alto, California. So I just entered the username, the user ID or the location ID and there, and with specific keywords, and all of them should be like only posted in while Mark Zuckerberg was someone else actually in Palo Alto, or just mention Palo Alto location. Okay. Here I see the groups as well. I know some groups that he just following or just had an activity with. I just want to figure out here. You find sometimes the user ID or the group ID directly in the link. You can try this tool as well to find it if you didn't find that user or group ID in the link directly. So, or the URL, sorry. So we're gonna actually use something here. Gonna go through the page source. Yes. And then copy all that because it's a huge amount of data, a huge amount of lines, so you're gonna make your PC loading a lot. Or maybe show some errors. So I'm just using here a tool on Kali Linux called LeafPad. And then search with group ID keyword. And then I will find here the group ID. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna use it in here. Add that filter. And they use some keywords. And let's figure out. See? All of these information listed is gonna be within that group, and you can do a lot of manipulations in here to reveal information. Okay, and this is just a fake example, not like a real one, because Mark Zuckerberg will definitely list for you a lot of examples because he's a very famous person, especially Facebook. It's owned by him, so that's very important. If you're just using that against a normal person, you will definitely reveal information and reveal more posts. And you might definitely reveal the groups that they join. Trying to manipulate things here. Tran actually is the name of the Mark Zuckerberg's wife. Okay. Alright, I just reviewed that. Okay. Been listed in here because Facebook will not list all the posts and pictures about your target. There are actually a lot more tricks than this, by the way. A lot more things will be used on Facebook to reveal, okay, to reveal information. Alright, so that's actually the end of this video, and I hope that it was informative for you. So let's now go for the next slide for privacy hardening and how to secure ourselves and on social media. So privacy and security hardening on social media, first thing is that you go through settings. You must actually go to the settings on social media one by one make sure that all of them set correctly and make your account security hardened or privacy hardened as well. So make it harder for the hacker to not reveal information about you so easily. For example, on other platforms, could be on Facebook in itself, could be such manipulations as well. So settings actually is very important, just to make it harder for the hacker to not reveal information about you. Second thing is the habits. Not only social media, and anywhere on the internet, you must actually follow the security habits on them. Not actually follow any page, not actually visit any website without making sure that it is secure and clean. Not actually, for example, accepting any friend requests from anyone, or just receiving kind of an email or something. You must make sure that it is all clean and clear, and before you just proceed or perform any kind of like clicking or just download something. All right. And zero trust, by the way, I want to tell you something that hackers sometimes use. This trick is by just copying or just having, like, with the, of course with the deepfake, one of your friends on Facebook or Instagram accounts, and they target or just they copy one of your acquaintances or people that you barely know or just not your close friends. Because if they just simply copy it or one of your close friends, you will definitely know. Okay, so he will go through the ones that you do not know them very well, you do not have that communication with them all the time, for example, like your close friends. They will copy them with deepfakes and so on, and they will send you an ad request. Even if you lock your account, that everything is hardened and everything is revealed to them. Alright, you need to make sure that anyone sends you a follow request on Instagram or a friend request on Facebook, for example, you need to make sure that it is that person. Validate that. Call that person, tell them whether or not they sent you that friend request or follow request. It is very important. Alright? And then fourth thing here is that perform OSINT hacks against your account. Try perform it, try to do all the tricks, learn OSINT, and then by performing such activities against your account, you will make sure that your account is secure, and if you find any kind of a data reveal out there, you will find out a solution to it to hide it before a malicious hacker possibly use it to blackmail you, for example. So this is actually very important that you need to follow. Alright? So thank you so much for attending this webinar. I hope it was very informative and you just got the best out of it.